am Dawn Bontz.
I'm David Lamb.
And I'm Tami Heins.
And we're going to talk about the 7 daily habits of highly effective people. First of all, be proactive.
Begin with the end in mind.
First things first.
Think win-win.
Seek first to understand, then to be understood.
Synergize. And
Sharpen the saw. Wow. Woo, what a workout. The biggest impact of my activity was being proactive and making sure that I wake up every morning before I go to work and making sure I get my jog in. Yes.
which activity made the biggest difference for you and why?
Which activity? Really, the focus of think when was really the focus that's like, okay, if I bring an attitude of, okay, what can we bring a child, a professional, in the culture of teaching these children forward, that's...
So how has my personal mission statement impacted my life? Well, it's impacted my life in the way of my career. I have really taken a stand on being more positive and making sure that I share that positivity around the classroom and also within the school. And that's really how it has impacted my life. Thank you.
So how is your personal mission statement impacting your life?
As I build the personal mission statement, life is pretty dynamic right now with all the changes coming with a new grade level, career changes the next couple years, 2-3 years, and yet I know that change is something that I have to embrace, and I tend to be more of a nurturing, find my comfort place and stay there. So my mission statement is to embrace change and recognize that life is dynamic.
I wish I could say that a key relationship that I've made was with my book, The 7 Habits. But being new to my role this year in Seminole County, I have really made an important part of my job to have a key relationship with my partner and making sure that we build on each other's positivity and working around the classrooms and with all the teachers. So we're really working together to build that key relationship.
Okay. Tell us about your goals.
Okay, so when we were in class, I said my goals were to get up every day with the first sound of the alarm clock because I feel like I was wasting a lot of time hitting the snooze button in the morning. So that's been going very well. I've been getting up with the first alarm and feeling like I'm getting a lot more done in the morning, achieving a lot more, and almost feel like I have a lot of time on my hands in the morning now, which is a total difference than rushing around. So it's been a good thing.
So, the daily private victory has helped me a great deal in becoming more effective in the way of working with my coworkers and seeking out to understand and providing those deposits that we need, such as keeping promises to one another, forgiving something that maybe I wouldn't have forgiven before, and making sure that if I do something wrong, that I do apologize. So just making sure that we have that high trust level in making those deposits.
So how has the daily private victory helped in becoming more effective in that area?
Okay, well, the daily private victories, being able to make those deposits, I really do think that's already been a strength of mine. I really feel it's important to give people positive feedback, let them know how you're feeling, encourage them,
Sure.
praise them. So that's something that I felt very strong in already, but I've been more conscious about it, especially
Sure.
with my children, to make sure that I'm praising them and just building that trust up so that when I have something to say that may be critical or even to do something that I have those extra deposits made in their emotional bank.
So a new question though, how has your weekly planning made a difference in, for you?
I still think that's an area that I could probably improve upon. I think the areas that I've been better on planning may not be with a planner in my calendar, but it's just more of a planner in my diet. So making sure that I'm packing my daily lunch and my meals so that I'm saving money.
So important.
Definitely. And making sure I pour some coffee on the way to work so that I'm not stopping at Starbucks every day. So those types of things, less about the planning of my day, but more about making sure I'm eating healthy, that I know that I'm nourishing my body in a healthy way, and that I'm saving money at the same time.
During the holidays, that's a tough one.
It is a tough one.
Okay, so what am I going to do this week? I'm going to dive right into my planner that I have here and work on my weekly plan.
How has the weekly planning made a difference? You kind of just talked about how you were getting up every morning, so how's that made a difference for
Really?
you?
The clearer I can make my lesson plans, the more focused I can be when I get into my classroom in the mornings. And it really cuts down on, okay, the activities of, well, I want to do this, but I really need to do this. It really clarifies how to use that time wisely. Because at 8:25, when those kids come through, they're expecting it all about them.
Well, one of my main goals was to make sure that I had balance in my life. And part of that balance was making sure that I took care of myself. And now as I look in the mirror, I'm so proud that I can get into these new jeans and look the way that I do because I've been working on the goal of losing weight.
And have the 7 habits become habits for you?
Gosh, I have to honestly say it's a process. I can't say I've mastered it, and the wonderful thing about the classes was they emphasize it's a process. It's not mastery of, oh, at the end of these 2 Saturdays, you got it under control. No. And I'm old enough to realize, okay, I'm going to have to look at every facet of this little by little. Oh, okay, let's put a little more emphasis on put first things first right now, and then later, maybe it's going to be think with the end in mind, or think when. It's a very fluid but a wonderful process and a wonderful framework.
Oh, hi. I'm so sorry. I was working on my 7 habits of highly effective people. Thank you very much, Franklin Covey, for giving us this opportunity to learn about the 7 habits. What a difference in my life, being proactive, beginning with the end in mind, putting first things first, think win-win. My life is completely different because now I have that plan. I wake up and I'm ready to go. And that's what 7 habits can do for you.
Finally, have the 7 habits become habits for you?
I would say that some of them have, but not all of them. So I think it's an area that it's a progressive thing, almost like what you were saying earlier. It's something that I'm going to have to continually work, but I think about it often. So if something happens at work, I think, well, that was synergy in motion, you know. So, and I get really excited about it because I think that's Covey in action. So I definitely think about it, and I try to implement it on a daily basis. But I think it's an ongoing process.
And certainly at the workshops they said, you're not going to master this whole 7 habits in 2 Saturdays. So certainly so.
Yeah, I definitely think where what we have, the relationship that Tami, yourself, and I have developed, and even Derek, who wasn't able to meet with us today, has been a great source of being accountable and having the support that we need to move forward through this journey.